I do curse in this, so if you don't want to hear me curse, keep it moving. I have plenty of other videos where I don't curse. Later. Tell them, Birdie. Hi, my name is Alicia, and if this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. Wait, let me just... There we go. Rocks on me. So, in this video, I'm just basically going to discuss limiting access to people. I've basically been less available to people lately, and this quote is by Lisa Marie. Let's see if I can find you. Not everyone deserves to have full access to our lives, thoughts, and emotions. Many people in our lives don't love us or reciprocate the same level of care and support that we give them. When we expose too much of ourselves to others, they may take advantage of it, and they think they have a higher value in our lives than they actually do. Limiting access to your life is crucial. Not everyone should have a front seat to everything you do. Only grant access to those who genuinely care, support, and reciprocate that love. Protect your peace and keep your inner circle tight. So, I have noticed that reoccurring theme in my whole life. Like, I am a giver. I like to give without expectation. I don't give things looking for things, and I don't give with strings. But also that actually sounds pretty good. There it is. Anyways, that was pretty dope. That plane was really close. Anyways, I always felt like on some level, a lot of people didn't reciprocate, and I didn't know why. I sometimes think people thought I had it figured out, and I really didn't need their help, but I could have used some help, but they never really came through. And I think a lot of that was, hey, she got this, she's a strong person, she'll figure it out. But I certainly would appreciate it. And then after a while, I just stopped looking for it, I stopped expecting it. And now I'm just in a place where I really limit myself, I limit who has access to me. I have become less available to people. And I've been establishing a lot more boundaries nowadays. And I think it surprises a lot of people because they think, oh, Alicia, she's nice, she's young. And I think sometimes like people think I'm so young that I'm dumb. Like, oh, she's stupid. Like, she's so nice and she's stupid like that. They mistake your kindness for weakness theory. And I have to keep telling them, no, I'm not stupid and I wasn't born yesterday. But I think sometimes people treat me that way because I am nice, I am kind. I do like to look out for people, but sometimes it just wasn't always given back. And here's another Lisa Marie quote that I kind of pulled from her video. Like I said, she's basically the reason why, or one of the reasons why I've made this video, but also for a while, for the past couple years, I have been making myself less available. Seriously, I have really been pulling back. A lot of people who had access to me in the past don't anymore, and that's another reason why I made this video, because as soon as I started making myself less available, Lisa Marie's video came up, and that's kind of a sign from the universe, you know, yeah, you really have been making yourself less available to people. So this is one of her huge quotes. Anyways, the ability to give people all access to us means we are an open book. Ask yourself, do you really want people to know everything about you, to have all access to your thoughts and your emotions, to situations that plague you? If there's anything I've learned about access and no access, is that I've learned to restore boundaries. Agreed. I think when I was younger, I was kind of stupid about that because, like I just said, I feel like I let too many people have access because I wanted friends. And like I said, when I've watched people pass away from like suicide and car crashes and other things, I just got quiet. But I also wanted to be a little vulnerable just to try to let some people in, and it quite didn't pan out because truth be told, the honest truth. I end up just facing it by myself anyways, and I'm like, why the fuck did I do that? Like, why did I let those particular people in? That was a horrible mistake. I should have never done it. Anyways. Here's another Lisa Marie, thought in quotes. You got to stop allowing people to have access to you. We got to stop doing that. And the reason is because if you look back, if you think about it, the people in your life, people do not deserve to have access to you. Agreed. They don't deserve to know what's going on in your life. They don't love you like you love them. She needs a Nobel Peace Prize for that one. I think the reason why I've pulled back a lot because I realized the people that I cared about never cared about me. And the people that I loved, they don't love me. I mean, the truth hurts. They don't give a fuck about me. And I gave a fuck about them for too long. And one of the reasons why I pulled back initially to see, hey, if I pull back, will they reach out? And when I pulled back, they never reached out. I'm like, okay, they just didn't give a fuck. They never did. Sorry for ever considering them friends. But anyway, let's continue. They don't love you like you love them. They don't do the things that you do for them. It's not an equal connection. And honestly, sometimes when we tell and expose too much of ourselves, we give people the right to think that they have so much value in our lives, and the truth of the matter is they don't think about this for a minute. I sort of read that wrong, but my bad, because I wrote some stuff down, but I sort of put it on email and it's not coming out correctly, but her video is amazing. But anyways, we're just going to continue on. Now, this could be anyone in your life where you understand that you love them more than they love you, and the act of love shows you, because when we love people, we do things we love from a vessel so deep within, but often they don't give us the love that we may want to experience. Like, we give it, but they often come short of the love that we want to experience from them. And that is when we have to make the decision to wonder if these people deserve to have access to our bodies and our minds and to our space and to our energy. And do we want to keep going around and around with people who don't love us with equal or more value? And listen, there are many different perspectives and different ways of looking at this. Yeah, I've done stuff for people and haven't gotten a single thing back for it. And I'm not gonna punish them or call them out on it. When I do things for people, I'm not looking for anything, you know what I'm saying? But, cause see, I sort of consider myself like a low maintenance, independent person. I'm not the type of person that whines, complains, and oh my god, when something bad happens to me, I might just say, hey, listen, like, I have some shit going on, and I just might want you to be there, not to necessarily fix things, but be there so I know that I feel supported and cared for. But a lot of times, like, that wasn't the case. And truth be told, I had to learn to handle a lot of things on my own. And sometimes it's just being out in nature like I am right now. Sometimes it's just taking care of animals. Sometimes it's just finding a cause to volunteer for. Sometimes it's just taking care of my own mental health, my own health, my own well-being. Sometimes that's just working out. And I do have my circle of friends, and that took a while because I don't trust easily. I do have my people that I go to, but even sometimes with them, like, they're busy. They got their own lives. They're parents. A lot of them have kids. A lot of them are married. They don't have time for my shit. At least you gotta handle your own shit. So here's Lisa Marie again. Like I said, I pulled stuff out from her video because it's amazing. I'm gonna tag it in the comment section or somewhere. But anyways, in many relationships and connections, we teach people how to love us, and we have conversations that flow with what our expectations are. We sort of know what we want. It's not that we overextend or overask for certain things, but if a person cannot give you the value of what it is you expect, and then you know that they don't love you in the essence, in the space on which you love them, sometimes it might just be a decision for you to let them go. I agree. So I was in several organizations in school. I kind of regret pouring my heart into them so much because after I did my volunteering and service and shit, they were all gone. I mean, I wasn't in a clique and we weren't close, and I could just tell, like I said, you could be friends with whoever you want to be friends with, but I could tell like they had their close group already and they weren't willing to take anyone else in. Wait, can I get this airplane? Hang on. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Anyways, I'm gonna try to catch all these airplanes on camera because I think it's pretty dope. Okay. Yeah, I just sort of realized over time that they didn't value me the way I valued them. And detaching and letting go of quite a few people I went to school with is probably one of the best things I've done for myself. Many times when it comes to people having access to us, we share things that we don't need to be private. We share personal things, our personal lives, we share situations, we give them access to all. And when people receive access to all, they think they can walk right in the door, sit down at our tables and our sofas, and always have a front seat to everything that we have going on. Once you open up the door and give people permission, it's hard to bring them back down to size. All right, motorcyclists, I see you. I agree, it's really hard to bring them back down to size because it was you that allowed that space to be whatever it is. I warn you, I forewarn you, and know and only give access to people that you trust. And she also says this in her video, and I think it's a very good point. It's like giving your PIN number out, your key code out to your house, your home key. Don't give people those things unless you really trust and honor and they respect the essence of being in your space. Therefore, it's the same thing that we say with our mouths and we do in our actions. I'll just say it in her way. She won't allow anyone to have access to people, places, or things that can't be fully accessible. And she explains, I don't want you to have access to every part of me because you don't deserve it. Wow, I agree. So there's a couple people that we know from church. Well, my mom knows from church, and they are very judgmental, and I think they have the right to because they're my mom's longtime friends. They've known each other for years, and sometimes they can come off as arrogant pricks. They think they know everything. You know, we're white, we're Christian, we're making more money, or they think they're making more money. And the reason why I don't like asking for help because so many people in my life have been judgmental and, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, you need to do that. That's because I made the mistake of allowing access. I allowed people from my younger years to come in and they didn't necessarily deserve it. So when I watched this video, I'm like, damn, like she's saying a lot of great stuff. Like, I think I've allowed too many people to have access to me, and it's my own fucking fault, and I'm going to change that. And so lately I've really been cutting access to me, and you can tell like people have gotten upset because they've been allowed access that they necessarily didn't earn. And so now when you cut that off, they think, oh, they feel some sort of sense of entitlement. And I've been changing up a lot of things. Okay, so we're at the 14-minute marker. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make a part 2. But I do want to finish off this part 1 by saying I definitely now believe and will live with the mantra, everyone doesn't deserve access to me. And just hold this thought for part 2. She said in friendships there is an imbalance in the way we want someone to treat us. and in which the ways that we treat each other, how we look at what friendship entails, how many of us have different levels of what we understand friendship to be. She understands that if I am friends with you, I'm going to be there through thick and thin. Anything that you're going through, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be accessible to you because friendship is what I extend. So, hold this thought for part 2. I've had friends be there for me, but also there's been a recurring theme of my life of friends not being there. And I think I have a strong personality, a strong persona because I have no choice. You know, if I sat there and waited for people to be there for me, shit, I would be in a ditch somewhere dead. You know, I couldn't trust or depend on people in my life. The worst thing about several situations I was in, I found out the hard way that I could not rely on or I could not depend on the people I trusted. So, thank you for watching part 1, and we're going to start part 2 here in a bit. See ya!